Hey yogis, welcome to the 30-minute vinyasa flow class. We'll be mainly moving through different lunges, so different low and a couple of high lunges, opening our heart and working our body and our mind. Just to be in practice, coming into your comfortable seated position, maybe resting your hands on your knees, closing your eyes just for a couple of moments here. Finding your mat, finding your space, and finding your breath. Taking a few deep inhales and exhales through your nose. Keeping your eyes closed. And slowly turning on your Ujjayi breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And as you exhale, you're slightly constricting your throat. Kind of like an ocean sound that you're making with your breath. Just a couple more moments. And then we'll slowly blink our eyes open and come to a tabletop position. On your mat, so coming on your shins and your hands, your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, your hips are stacked over your knees, and just move through a couple of cat-cows here. Inhaling as you extend your spine and look up, and exhale, rounding your back, pushing the mat away from you. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rounding your back, your shoulder blades moving away. Inhale. And your last exhale, rounding the back. And then on your inhale, coming to a neutral spine and just moving your hips in circles. Maybe again rounding and bending your back, but moving your hips around in circles, finding some space, maybe switching the direction. Whatever movement feels good here for your spine right now. We're just warming up. Not for very long, but just, a little bit, especially if maybe you're doing this class in the morning, bringing some movement into your spine is really important before your class starts. And then we walk our knees back a bit, extend our arms out long, coming into puppy pose, so bringing our hips high and then letting our arms stretch out long, our fingers are spread wide and engaged, and bringing our chin down to the mat or our forehead down if that's available. If it's more comfortable to bring a block underneath your chin, that's completely fine. Just feeling your shoulders stretch and open here. Few breaths. Your arms are engaged. And then you're slowly walking your hands a little closer, tucking your toes, and then coming into your first down dog. Maybe taking some time pedaling out your legs, bending one knee, bending the other knee. And then coming to some stillness in your dog. Drawing the heels as close to the mat as you can. Internally or rotating your upper arms. And then slowly we'll ripple into a high plank pose. Your shoulders are slightly over your wrists here. And then back to your downward facing dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, rippling into your high plank. And exhale, down dog. 1 more time. Inhale as you ripple forward, looking forward. Powering through your arms. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then we're slowly going to walk our hands back towards our feet and just hang out here in this forward fold for a moment. Bringing your hands to the floor, whatever you can reach here. Really bending forward, feeling the backs of your legs open up. Engaging your Ujjayi breath. 1 more deep inhale. And one more deep exhale. And then we'll slowly walk our hands back to our downward facing dog. Inhale here. And then exhale deeply. Again, ripple forward on your inhale into your high plank pose. Inhaling at the top, and then exhale, chaturanga, arms lowering all the way to the mat, bringing your belly down. And then inhaling into 3 cobras. Inhaling, lifting your chest, and exhale, lower down. 2 more times. Inhale, pressing your hands into the mat, slightly bending your elbows, bending your back. And exhale, lower down. And one last time, inhaling into your cobra. And exhaling back down, placing your hands next to your chest, tuck your toes, and then press into your high plank pose, and exhale into your downward facing dog. Moving into our first low lunge here, inhaling your right leg high, and exhale, step it through, lowering your left knee to the mat. Inhaling into your low lunge, extending your arms towards the sky, bending your right knee, feeling that stretch on your front left thigh. Inhale here, and exhale, place your hands on the mat, stepping back into your downward facing dog, coming into the other side. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, stepping it through in between your hands, lowering your left knee. Inhaling into your low lunge, looking up. Feeling that stretch through your right thigh. On your next exhale, place your hands onto the mat. Step into your downward facing dog. Shifting forward into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your upward facing dog. If you want to stick with cobra, not a problem. And exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for a few breaths. And coming into our next variation of low lunges. On your next inhale, lift your right leg high. And exhale, step it through again, lowering your left knee to the mat. Inhaling into your low lunge. Now bend your left elbow, grabbing your left elbow with your right hand. Coming into this kind of Gomukhasana arms. You can also reach your right hand back around and grab hold behind your back, opening your chest here. Or you can keep your right hand on your elbow, maybe bending your back slightly, looking up. And then on your exhale, placing your left hand on the mat, on the inside of your right foot. Lift your left leg high and inhale your left knee off the mat and inhale your right arm high, coming into your easy twist here. And then exhale, plant your palms, step into your step into your downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high. And exhale, step it through, coming into our other side, lowering your right knee to the mat. Inhaling into your low lunge. And then bend your right elbow again. Holding with your left hand, holding your right elbow. Opening your heart slightly, or you can grab hold behind your back if it's available to you. One side might feel very different than the other side here. Maybe one side can grab the hold, the other side can't. Moving as your body allows you. One more breath. Inhale. And then slowly, if you've had the hold, letting go, placing your right hand inside of the left foot. Lift your left knee off the mat and inhale your left arm high. Easy twist. One more round of breath. On your next exhale, lower your left hand. Step back into your high plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. exhale, downward facing dog. You'll see that we're not actually moving through any full Series A's or Series B's or anything in this class. Just to wake up your body, build some strength, but build some length as well. Inhaling your right leg high. Exhale, step it through, come back into your low lunge just for a moment. Untuck your toes and stay on the top of your left foot here, finding some length. And then lifting your left leg off the mat. Maybe either keeping your hands on your mat or on blocks. And then inhale, rising high into your high lunge, but keep the top of your left foot pressed into the mat. So not tucking your toes here. You can keep your hands on your right leg, on your right, above your right knee. Or inhale them up. One more breath, inhaling here. And exhale, lower your hands down, lower your knee down, coming into your low lunge again. And then coming back down, stepping your right foot back. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, stepping it through. Bring your right knee to the mat for now. Again, untuck your toes. Press that top of the foot into your mat firmly. Finding your low lunge first. And then bringing your hands to the mat, lifting your right knee off the mat. Finding your strength here, powering through your right leg. And inhaling into that high lunge. Bending your left knee, your right leg is straight and engaged. And breathing deeply. And maybe placing your hands on your left thigh. Or bringing them up. Breathing deeply. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering your right knee to the mat. Coming into your low lunge again. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck your right toes, step into your high plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Working through some side stretches now. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step it through, lower your left knee. Inhaling your arms high. And then place your right hand on the inside of your right knee. Really pressing your right, back of your right hand into the knee, building some resistance. And then exhaling, bending your left arm overhead, feeling that side stretch through your left side body. As you resist strongly your right knee, resisting the push of your right hand into that knee. Maybe sinking a little deeper, pulling your right hip back in space slightly so that we can find a deeper bend, a deeper stretch on the left front of the thigh. And on your exhale, lowering your hands down, high plank pose. Inhale here, exhale chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you ever want to skip a chaturanga, no problem. Just come back into down dog and skip that chaturanga. Inhaling your left leg high now. Exhale, step it through, lowering your right knee. Rising up into your low lunge on your inhale. And then bring your left knee on the inside of your left hand on the inside of your left knee. And again, finding that resistance, pressing your left hand into your left knee, but not letting it come out, but really resisting that strength here. Inhaling your right arm high and exhaling, bending over to the left side, finding that side stretch in your right side. Maybe sinking a little deeper into that left knee, finding your left hip pull back in space. Breathing here. And exhale, coming back, placing your hands on the mat, stepping back, high plank pose. Inhale here, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more round of breath in your down dog. And then lifting your right leg high again on your inhale. Exhale, step it through. This time stay in your high lunge. Inhaling, coming up. Bending your right knee deeply, stretching through your left leg. And coming high up on the ball of the left foot. Finding your high lunge. And then clasping your hands behind your back, opening your heart, finding that mini back bend here, looking towards the sky. And then looking forward to the front and preparing to come into your balance. So finding your stance, finding your drishti, and moving into your warrior three. Keeping your hands clasped behind the back, stretching your left leg, extending it to the back of the room, pointing your toes towards the mat, internally rotating that left leg so your hips square off, bringing that body as parallel to the mat as you manage. Breathing here. And then letting go of that clasp. Just briefly place your hands on the mat, just for one breath, coming into your standing splits, lifting your left leg high. And then exhale, step your left leg back, come into your high plank pose, inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga, or skip it and come right to down dog. If you do your chaturanga, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Next inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step it through, rising up into your high lunge. And then you're here, bending your left knee high on the right ball of your foot. And again, clasping your hands behind your back, opening your chest, looking up, finding that mini back bend here. And then looking forward and preparing to find your balance, find your warrior three, bringing your upper body parallel to the mat. Your right foot extends towards the back, toes are pointed down, the leg is internally rotating to square off the hips, almost pulling your right hip down in space. Breathing here, one more breath. And then on your exhale, letting go of your hands, place them on the mat just for one breath, coming into your standing splits. And exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying active in your down dog, really pushing the mat away from you. Your hands are engaged. Fingers spread wide. Your gaze is towards your feet. And then we're going to come into our high plank again, walking our right hand into the middle of the mat and shifting on the outside edge of our right foot, inhaling into our side plank here, working our side body. And then bending your left knee and step it a little behind you, opening your heart, coming into your wild thing, pressing your hips high. And then coming back into your high plank pose, other side, left hand into the middle of the mat, shift over, rolling onto the left edge of the left foot, finding your side plank here, powering through your side body. And then lifting your right knee, bending it and stepping it behind you. Pressing your hips towards the sky, finding that back bend here. One more inhale. And then exhale, brings it back to your high plank. On your exhaling, your chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Coming into locust pose. Extending your arms towards the back. One round of breath to prepare. Inhaling here. Exhale the air out of your lungs. And your inhale lifts your legs and your arms, your chest off the mat. Staying here, bending your knees, and then maybe grabbing hold of your ankles, coming from locust pose into your Dhanurasana. Lifting your chest higher off the mat and really kicking your feet into your hands, finding that height. Being careful not to let your knees or your feet splay out. One more breath. And exhale, release. Maybe placing your right temple onto the mat, catching your breath. And then your left temple, looking to the other side. And then placing your hands on your chest, tucking your toes. Exhale into your downward facing dog. From your down dog, coming back to high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down to the mat. And now coming into like this half swings pose, but placing your right forearm will be parallel to the short end of the mat. And then bending your left knee and kicking it, kind of grabbing a hold of your foot and bringing your heel as close to your bum as you can. Finding that back bend still. Opening your chest, looking forward. It's half frog pose. And then slowly releasing your left foot back to the mat. And now placing your left forearm parallel to the front of the mat. Bending your right knee and grabbing hold of your right foot with your right hand. And pulling your heel close to your bum. All the while trying to keep your chest open and broad. Keeping your Ujjayi breath. And then slowly again, letting your right foot come to the mat. One more locust pose. Inhaling, extending your arms and your legs back, lifting your legs and your chest off the mat. One more time, bend your knees from here and find your full Dhanurasana, kicking your feet into the hands. One more inhale and then exhale, coming all the way down, placing your right temple to the mat, cheek to the mat, and maybe shifting your hips from side to side a bit here. And then placing your left cheek onto the mat. Again, place your hands next to your chest, tuck your toes, press into your down dog. And from your down dog, just placing your knees on the mat, coming onto your back. Preparing for Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose. If wheel is absolutely not in your practice, then you can do bridge pose, of course, at Bandhasana. We'll do 3 of these back bends. So bending your knees, placing your hands for Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel, placing your hands next to your ears. And then on your inhale, lifting your hips high, bringing your arms as straight as you can. Maybe walking your feet a little closer if available, being careful that your feet are parallel. You're not splaying out your knees. Inhaling here one more time. Exhale. Inhale. And then slowly coming down on your exhale. Finding some stillness. And preparing for our second wheel pose. If you'd rather go for a bridge for these next 2, again, yogi's choice. Otherwise, place your hands next to your ears and inhale, lifting your hips high into wheel. Engaging your Ujjayi breath. One more inhale. And exhale, lower down. Pressing your lower back into your mat. If you're done with your back bends, then you can also step your feet mat width apart and let your knees fall together. Otherwise, if you have one more in you, prepare for your last wheel, your last Urdhva Dhanurasana. And coming up, maybe again walking your feet a little closer, you can come on your tiptoes. Breathing deeply. And then slowly lowering down all the way. Now everyone stepping your feet mat width apart, letting your knees fall together inside. Placing your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly. Grounding down through your mat. And maybe windshield right, bring your legs from left to right. Letting your knees fall over to the right and to the left. And then hugging your knees into your body, rolling up into a little ball. Finding happy baby just for a moment, grabbing hold of the outside as your feet, and maybe rolling from left to right here, giving your massage a bit of rolling from left to right here, giving your spine a bit of a massage. And then extending your right leg out long, hugging your left knee into your body. And then extending your left foot high, grabbing hold either the back of your thigh, your hamstrings, your calf, or grabbing hold of your left toe. Supta Pada Gustasana. Keeping your right leg long. One more breath. And for your last breath, maybe lifting your shoulders high, bringing your knee as close to your nose as you can. And then lowering back down, bending your knee, and switching sides, switching your legs, extending your left leg out long, your right knee at first, hug it into your body. And then extend it towards the ceiling. Again, grabbing hold of either the outside, the back of your thigh, or your hamstrings, the calf, or coming into Supta Pada Gustasana, grabbing hold of your big toe with your peace fingers. Staying here for a few breaths, your left leg is extended out long. And then maybe for the last few breaths, bringing your shoulders off the mat and pulling your knee as close to your nose as you can. And then lowering back down, bending your right knee. Hugging both of your knees back into your body again. Rolling yourself up into a little ball. And then letting your knees fall over to the right side, coming into the supine twist, extending your left arm out long, looking over your left shoulder. Feeling that twist in your spine. Maybe you heard a crack even. And then coming through center and letting your knees fall over to the left side, extending your right arm out long, looking over your right shoulder here. And then coming back through center, giving yourself one last big hug, one last big squeeze. And then slowly preparing for your Shavasana, extending your arms out long, your legs out long. Your ankles are falling open, your palms are facing towards the ceiling. And just taking a few moments here in your Shavasana. Letting the practice settle into your body, feeling the effects of the practice, stilling your mind. you're ready, of course, you're always welcome to pause the video and stay in Shavasana for longer. But whenever you're ready, trying to slowly bring awareness back into your body, becoming more aware of your breath again, and gently bringing some movement back, maybe wriggling your toes and your fingers, circling your ankles, your wrists, deepening your breathing again, and then stretching your arms overhead, a big stretch as if you've just woken up in the morning. And then hugging your knees back into your body, maybe coming over to your right side. Hanging out here just for a moment. And whenever you're ready, pushing yourself up, keeping your eyes closed, coming into your Sukhasana, whatever other comfortable seat that you'd like to be in. Placing your hands on your knees, palms are facing up. Just another moment of stillness here. Placing your hands in front of your heart and bowing your head. Thank you so much for practicing with me here. Namaste. Thank you, guys.